How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Day Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map on Farming Simulator 25 for PC and Mac only, called New Endeavour4x. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads: Welcome to New Endeavour, where anything can happen. 70 farmlands, some with forest areas. Added crop types: rye, millet, mustard, lavender, poppy. Precision farming ready. Collectibles added to the map. A place sawmill and BGA 1 megawatt both can be purchased. Restaurant on the river to sell to. Warehouse logistics to buy you building needs. This is an other/fantasy map and is created by David Merriman and is 142.65 megabytes to download. And if we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. We start out here kind of in the center south of the map, right there at the main shop area. We start out by owning farmland number 31, and that is right here. It consists of our main starting farm, quote unquote, and a wheat field that is ready to harvest. You cannot buy all areas of the map. As you can see right here where the shop and basically where all the sell points are, it's unpurchasable. There's no farmland to purchase there. Field prices do vary, and you can see that here around the kind of main road network, they're a bit smaller, so you got some decent price points: 15,000, 9,000, 8,000 almost, 10,000, we got 9,000, 8,000, almost 9,000 there. Got a bigger chunk here for 76, a little bit bigger for a 117, 116, 121, 122, 121, and so on and so forth. So you do get some good variety, and you do have the ability to kind of ramp up as you kind of come into more and more resources. We don't start with any animal pens. Contracts are available, but as you can see, they're kind of wonky. Like, there's something going on with this map, and I think there's going to need to be some updates that are put out going forward. So you can see farmland number 1 doesn't have a field on it, but has a fertilizing contract. Same thing with 14. This one here, farmland number 4, that corresponds with field 4, so there you go. That one makes sense. And then there are collectibles on this map, 25 of them to be precise. If we take a look at mods specific to this map, starting out here under the buy menu, there's no mods and DLCs tab, so nothing to show here. And then under our build menu, there's absolutely nothing under buildings, productions, animals, decorations, or landscaping. So there are no mods whatsoever that are specific to this map. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this map. So starting out right here, we have our shop trigger. This way. We have our repair trigger around this corner right here. And here we have 3 electrical charging stations. Now, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and purchase or lease a vehicle to get around in. Now, there is quite a bit of distance on this map to cover, so we're going to go pretty fast in the car. So we'll head out of here, make a right. We're going to follow this right next door over here. Warehouse sell point right there. Warehouse buy point around this corner right there. So now, head out a little ways. We'll open up the speed thrusters on this thing. So coming up here to my right, we have a gas station right here. And then tucked away just behind the billboard sign there is an electrical charging station. So heading down this road next to the river. Directly in front of me is the restaurant sell point. Now we're going to backtrack a ways and find the rest of the points of interest. right, so now continue to head back over basically where we started out at. So coming up here on the right, it's going to be our next point of interest. Right over here. And as you can see, this is the animal dealer. Now you can come to this location and purchase your animals directly, or use this same icon in any of your pens and pastures that you have placed down on the map. Now the map doesn't start out with any pens and pastures, so you're going to have to go ahead and put those down first in order to purchase your animals. If you use this icon directly, though, you will incur an additional fee. That fee is associated to a delivery fee. The animal dealers take the animals from this location and delivering them for you to your pen and pasture, wherever it may be located on the map. Now, just to give you some context, an adult cow will cost you an extra $100 per adult cow plus the base price for that cow. So that adds up pretty quickly depending on how many you're going to buy. If you want to save that money, you can bring an animal trailer to this location, park it inside this little hatch box area here, and then you'll be able to load your animals using this icon directly into the trailer, and then you deliver the animals using that trailer around to your pens and pastures wherever they may be located. Right here is the animal dealer sell point. Manure buy point right there. Slurry buy point right here. Now again, something else that's going to need to be addressed is the lime station right here. You can see that there. And the farmer's market sell point right here. It's got a kind of palleted section and a loose grain section. So now we have a little ways to head out because we got to go pretty much towards the edge of the map. As we continue to follow this road around. Coming up here to my right, gas station here, and electrical charging station right there. Now we have to backtrack all over again and basically get back to right there at the very beginning. All right, so coming up here, make a right. And then follow this just down the road a little ways. Here to my left, take this entrance. And here we have the biogas plant. Got a couple of large storage bunkers off to my right. And the purchasing point is right over here. You can purchase the biogas for $1.5 million, as you can see there. Solid input right there. Around this corner, we have the liquid output, aka digestate, right there. And liquid input right there. Oops. Went to look over at my notes. All right, so just down the road here, off to my left is the starting farm, per se? Yeah, basically the starting farm. So let's go ahead and take a look at our starting equipment. Going into this screen here, we have the Challenger MT635. We have a FarmTech EDK 650 trailer, Great Plains Solid Stand 1500 seater, a John Deere 3650, a John Deere 980 cultivator, Massey Ferguson 8570 harvester, harvester header, and header trailer, Pottinger Servo T6000P plow, and we have leased this one, so that's not part of the starting equipment. And that's it. That's pretty much everything for the starting farm. Now, just ahead of me is the last point of interest. It is the sawmill. We'll come up to it right here. Can purchase this for $150,000. Wood chips out here. Input right here with the wood cell trigger there. And output for the production points are right here. And that's it. That is everything here for new Endeavour 4X. Now it's time to render my opinion and let you know what I think. 0 to 5 scale as per usual. So I like this map. I think this is a very solid map. There are some things that drag it down for me though. So before I get into the negative, let's go into some positive. Color palette, love it. This section right here, I absolutely adore. I love the kind of rock wall that's right here along the side, right up the mountainside, continues up at the mountaintop. So it's just, that's a really cool look. It's got beautiful undulations. For the most part, the color palette is good until you get to like the forestry areas. Once you get to the forestry areas, it goes and gets cranked up to 11. It is a bit much, in my opinion. But for the most part, when you're not by the forestry areas, it's pretty solid. You get some smattering color here and there, but not overwhelmingly so. The only other kind of negative, quote unquote, that I would attribute to this map is kind of the road network here. How you have the grass that's like right approaching the road network, and the asphalt is like basically just kind of juttered into the map. Really, I would like to see there be a more defined border for the roadway, because as I'm traveling along this, it's definitely noticeable that you're like in a game, I guess. There's definitely like some of that harshness to the road network. And then you got things like this. Again, there's going to be some things that need to be updated for it to be like 100% complete. The grass popping out through the bridge right there, that's one. The lime station having that kind of bugging effect, that's two. But again, for the most part, this is a solid map. This is going to be one of those maps where you have to put in the sweat equity, and you're going to get something very special and unique out of this map. So once you put in that time and effort, you're going to have something really cool to show for it. And yeah, that's part of the reason why I like it so much. For the most part, the land is pretty flat in most places, but then you get these areas out here that's nice and wavy, and it builds up. It really does ramp up into something a bit special. And I mean, really, you could kind of go plop down anywhere on this map, and you're going to have something really cool to show for it. I think that this is a really solid map. So what would I give this map? 0 to 5 scale. I'd probably give this map a solid 3.5, approaching a 4. I think that once those things kind of get touched on and fixed in the future, I think it'll definitely be a solid 4. Right now, probably a 3.5. But yeah, I like it. I think it's a really solid map, and I hope that you like it as well. If you did enjoy this map tour, please show me about liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things. The algorithms enjoy you doing this, as you're engaged with this channel, enjoying the content. That being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care.